Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Mahamadhyama. In this video, we are going to discuss about the class 10 of chapter 2 acids, bases and salts. In our daily life, we use a large number of substances such as lemon to prepare the lemon juice, orange to prepare the orange juice, and baking soda to make the food fluffy and soft, and tamarind, sugar, salt. Do they have the same taste? If not, let's recall the taste of some edible substances. What is the taste of lemon juice? Of course, it's sour in taste. And what is the taste of orange juice? It's sour in taste. What is the taste of curd and tamarind? They are also sour in taste. What is the taste of baking soda? It's bitter in taste. What is the taste of sugar? It's sweet in taste. What is the taste of salt? It's salty in nature. So here you find that some of these substances taste sour, some of these substances taste bitter, some are sweet in nature and some are salty in nature. So here the sour and bitter taste of food are due to the presence of acids and bases present in them. Then what are acids and bases? The word acid comes from the Latin word acere, which means sour. So acids are sour in taste and they change the color of the blue litmus to red. Bases. Bases are bitter in taste and if you rub the bases between your fingers, you feel soapy to touch. So bases change the color of the red litmus to blue. So let's learn about what is a litmus. Litmus is a natural indicator which is extracted from a plant lichen belonging to the division of Thallophyta. So then, can you taste the every substances? If we cannot taste the every substances, how do you find its nature? So to find the whether a substance is acidic or basic in nature, we have special types of substances. That substances are called the indicators. So indicators are special types of substances which are used to test whether a substance is acidic or basic in nature. So especially these indicators indicate the change in color of the solution. So based on that color change, we can find whether a substance is acidic or basic in nature. In indicators, there are three types: natural indicators, synthetic indicators and olfactory indicators. So let's learn one by one. First one, natural indicators. So natural indicators means which are found in nature. Examples: litmus, turmeric which we use in kitchen and red cabbage. These are all the examples for natural indicators. Second type of indicator, synthetic indicators. Synthetic means man-made or which are prepared in the laboratory. So synthetic indicators means these are man-made chemical substances. Examples for synthetic indicators are methyl orange and phenolphthalein. So this phenolphthalein indicator in acidic medium, it is colorless in nature and in basic medium it shows the pink color. Third type of indicator is olfactory indicators. So olfactory indicators means these are the substances which have different smell or odor in acid and base media. Example: onion, clove oil, vanilla extract. Let's learn the important concept of this chapter, that is chemical properties of acids and bases. First one, reaction of acids and bases with metals. So let's learn the reaction with acids. So when acids react with metals, they form the salt with the evolution of hydrogen gas. For example, dilute sulfuric acid when reacts with zinc metal, it forms the salt zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. One more example, when hydrochloric acid reacts with zinc metal, it forms the salt zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. Then how do we test this evolution of hydrogen gas? For this, I have given the experimental setup here. See, this test tube contains the mixture of dilute sulfuric acid and zinc granules. So, if you pass the hydrogen gas through this tub contain the soap solution. So, if you bring the burning candle near this soap bubbles filled with hydrogen, this candle burns with the pop sound. So, this pop sound indicates that the solution contains the hydrogen gas. So, in this way we can test the presence of hydrogen gas. Next one, reaction with bases. When bases react with metals, they also form the same products, salt and hydrogen gas. Example, sodium hydroxide when reacts with zinc, it forms the Na2ZnO2 plus hydrogen gas. So this Na2ZnO2, its name is sodium zincate, it is a salt. Second property of acids and bases is reaction of metal carbonates or metal hydrogen carbonates with acids. So when metal carbonates or metal hydrogen carbonates react with acids, they form the salt, carbon dioxide gas and the water. So example for metal carbonate, when metal carbonate react with acid, it form the salt, carbon dioxide and water. Here metal carbonate is sodium carbonate. So when sodium carbonate reacts with the acid hydrochloric acid, it form the salt, sodium chloride and carbon dioxide gas and the water. Next example for metal hydrogen carbonate is sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate. When the sodium hydrogen carbonate reacts with acid hydrochloric acid, it forms the salt NaCl or sodium chloride and carbon dioxide gas and water. So if you pass excess of this carbon dioxide through the lime water is it's a freshly prepared calcium hydroxide solution. So if you pass this carbon dioxide gas through the lime water, this gas turns the lime water milky or white precipitate of calcium carbonate is formed. Again, if you pass the excess of carbon dioxide through this white precipitate, it forms the calcium hydrogen carbonate or calcium bicarbonate. Next one, reaction of acids and bases with each other. When acids react with bases, they form the salt and water. Example, hydrochloric acid when reacts with sodium hydroxide, it forms the sodium chloride and water. So this reaction is also called the neutralization reaction. So neutralization reaction means the reaction between an acid and base to form salt and water is known as a neutralization reaction. So this neutralization reaction which we can see in our body also. As you already know, our stomach contains the hydrochloric acid which helps to digest the food. So if too much of acid is there in our stomach, what will happen? See, if our stomach releases the too much of acid, that causes the indigestion problem. Sometimes this indigestion problem may give the pain and irritation. So to get rid of this problem, we use the substances like antacids such as milk of magnesium, which is also called magnesium hydroxide. So by using this one, we can neutralize the effect of acid. Next chemical property is reaction of metallic oxides with acids. When metal oxides react with acids, they form the salt and water. So metal oxides means metals containing the oxygen. For example, copper oxide, magnesium oxide and calcium oxide. When metal oxide like copper oxide react with the acid hydrochloric acid, it forms the salt, copper chloride and the water. So usually these metallic oxides are basic oxides or they are basic in nature. When non-metallic oxides react with bases. So non-metallic oxides react with bases, they also form the salt and water. So bases like sodium hydroxide reacts with the non-metallic oxide carbon monoxide, it forms the salt, sodium chloride and water. Then what do all acids and bases have in common? All acids contain hydrogen ion as a cation and an ion such as chloride in hydrochloric acid, nitrate in nitric acid and sulfate in sulfuric acid. So all acids have hydrogen ions in common and they are responsible for acidic properties. And all bases have hydroxyl ion common and are responsible for the basic properties. What happens to an acid or base in a water solution? When hydrochloric acid is dissolved in water, it releases the H3O plus and chloride ion. So this H3O plus is called the hydronium ion. The hydrogen ions in hydrochloric acids are produced in the presence of water. In the absence of water, we cannot separate the hydrogen ions from hydrochloric acid. So only in the presence of water only we can separate the hydrogen ions from hydrochloric acid. And these hydrogen ions cannot exist alone, but it always exists after combining with water molecule. So acids give hydronium or hydrogen ions in water. Then what happens when base is dissolved in water? When bases are dissolved in water, they generate the hydroxyl ions. So bases which are soluble in water are called the alkalis. Have you seen the like this symbol which is displayed on the bottles or containers containing concentrated acids and bases? So if you want to dissolve acid or base in water, which is a highly exothermic reaction, so while mixing concentrated nitric acid or sulfuric acid with water, care must be taken. We should add acid always to water slowly with constant stirring. If water is added to concentrated acid, the heat generated may cause the mixture to come out and it may cause the burns. Or sometimes the glass container may also break because of the excessive local heating. So while mixing acids and bases, care must be taken. In this video, I have covered the concepts of what are acids and bases and chemical properties of acids and bases. In the next video, I am going to discuss about the pH and importance of pH in everyday life. If you have any doubts, you can ask queries in the comment section. I will try to answer as soon as possible. Thanks for watching my video. If you thought this video is helpful, please subscribe, share with your friends, and don't forget to hit the bell icon.